When I say grooming, he would give me books to read, and I would read his book, and then we would talk about it, and then he would give me another book to read, and eventually those books began to take on a sexual connotation. And I thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe he's having me read this. I haven't ever read anything like this. But I thought, well, he's the pastor, he's the spiritual leader, he should know what's right and what's wrong. Mm-hmm. And I began to slowly not listen to what my inner self was saying, because if any other man would have given me a book like that, I would have said, I can't read that, and ended that relationship. But I didn't know he had something else in mind. Then sometimes he would brush against me, and I'd think, oh, he didn't really mean that. And I also was undergoing a crisis, and my crisis was a theological crisis where I had spent 13 years of my life preparing to work in the church. And what happens a lot of times when people are in seminary is they have a faith crisis. It's a natural, normal process. And when I went to him and said I no longer believe in my religion, I no longer believe in God, instead of saying this is a natural, normal process, hang with it, you're growing, your spirituality is going to deepen, he didn't do that. He said, of course you're going through this, but I can tell you, you were called by God. You were called by God to be my servant. In the time of my crisis, it wasn't an outrageous thing, because I was so depressed that I no longer had the faith that I once had. And he took that and he used it against me. And little by little, he began to denigrate my husband and tell my husband was an abusive person. And my husband isn't an abusive person. Another time, he said, if you tell anyone this, they won't believe you. And I didn't eat, and I became 10 pounds underweight, and it was just a nightmare, and people knew I was acting crazy, and I knew no one would believe what I had to say compared to this man in the community who had done so much good in the community.